The year 2020 and 2021, tragically affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, sees a transformation of the global audiovisual landscape. What are the consequences for the broadcasters and especially for the public broadcasters? This is one of the questions we will like to find the answer with my guests. And these are my guests, Stanislav Kimchev, Senior Vice President, CTV.
Hello.
Hikran Lefort, MIP Markets Head of Sales.
Hello.
And Tom Luhats, Head of Acquisition and VOD at Estonian Public Broadcasting ER Edition-in-Chief of Jupiter VOD Platform. Hello.
How do you do?
Great to see you all in Warsaw. How do you feel?
Great.
Good to see it, good to hear it. The pandemic has changed our lives. The audiovisual sector and the TV production too, in your opinion? Tom?
Yeah, definitely it has changed, and in some cases to the better, and in many cases to the worse. If we think of the pandemic situation for Estonia, then we launched 1 week before the peak of pandemia the VOD service Jupiter there, and it's even a little bit. No, it's not very polite to say, but it became an instant hit, basically.
Well, production of TV shows and series was affected at first, but broadcasters managed to adapt, either through acquired content or through, as Tom mentioned, shooting on stricter measures. What is interesting, though, that actually the pandemic opened a lot of opportunities unknown until then for broadcasters and for distributors as well. I would like to give an example, if you guys allow me to.
Sure.
There was on the Slovak public broadcasters there was a vaccination lottery show or something like that, which basically outperformed big talent shows on a commercial net, and something like that actually wouldn't happen in other circumstances, in other conditions, as this horrible pandemic thing.
Hikran, in your opinion, how the audiovisual sector in Europe changed?
I will say that actually the production, broadcasting, and me, event organizer, pandemic has a major impact on all business. And of course, event affected as well. And what we see, we really have a close relationship with the broadcaster, producer, commissioner, buyers, and all players from the industry. And we really keep every day to take their feedback because we need to, support the industry. And luckily, we were ready, on time to convert everything to physical, to the digital. And we run a lot of successful online shows as well.
She speaks the truth, because they really contacted us during the pandemic,
Yes.
and then we discussed how to do better with was it MIP going online.
Thank
yes.
you, really,
That was
all
nice, yeah.
client, let's say, all broadcaster, the all player of the industry, thanks to their feedback, because we need to listen the player to create better solution for them in the pandemic, because we know pandemic is here almost 2 years, and we know the industry will have the impact longer. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, we were searching for new solutions, absolutely. It was so unexpected, you couldn't be prepared for it, yes?
We could have been prepared if we knew that something like this could happen. But again, we managed to adapt. And if I may say, actually, the public broadcasters, they handled this COVID crisis much better than the commercial nets.
Why?
Simply because they felt they got the security of the state. They have set budgets. Tom will correct me if I'm wrong. They have set budgets, and they have been supported by the state until to a level that in some territories actually this caused problems. We do remember that in Lithuania the public broadcasters got such a big support that actually this make the other commercial nets to protest against it and even to bring this matter to the European Commission.
And in Estonia, how was it?
Yes, we got the usual support from the state that we do always. We are state funded but not state controlled.
So no additional.
But maybe there was something additional, but at the same time, the expectations towards the public broadcaster were also huge. We were expected to do a lot more learn at home series, documentaries, whatnot, so that the kids who struggle at home with the Zoom and Teams and those unfortunate words that we all have learned by now, that it would be a little bit easier for them. And in that sense, I think, yes, public broadcasters were supported, but at the same time, everybody's eyes on us as well. And a lot of more was expected from us.
More responsibility, simply.
I hope we delivered, better or worse, but at least we tried to deliver. And then despite the pandemic, because we had also situations where the whole departments were sitting home because somebody got affected by COVID, somebody was ill, then somebody came back. So we tried to maintain our business as usual and sort of meet those additional needs.
But there is not only the pandemic. Nowadays, we are facing different other challenges as digitalization or streaming platforms. How would you describe their impact on the business and on the production in Europe?
If you allow me to start, Tom.
Sure.
Well, popularity of VOD service has been increasing steadily in the past years, but actually the pandemic, if I may say, intensified because simply local broadcasters, all of them started to put a lot of investment into a content, especially for their digital platforms. Yeah. And what is also interesting with this content, actually, they were not trying to compete with the big streaming players as Netflix, as Amazon. They were just trying to outperform their competitors on the local level because as I mentioned on the interview before that, the hunger for local content is increasing. People simply want to watch something that is close to them.
Do you agree?
You are in charge for a digital platform.
Exactly.
You can give even more insight.
I would think that, and it's not controlled fact. I don't have facts, but I have a sort of feeling. But I guess that due to pandemic, what happened to digital platforms, it speeded up like 5 years, 4 years. So what would have happened normally within 4 to 5 years happened now with 1. So I think that was
acceleration.
Yeah.
Important acceleration. Hikran, yes?
Hold on, because I have some notes here in front of me,
Sure.
And I really want to mention that actually VOD right now, it's not only for young people. Broadcasters and streaming services are actually trying to educate their older audience to make sure that they are also able to use this new source of information and entertainment, right?
Correct. How do you see those dynamic changes? Not only the pandemic, of course, accelerated it, but normally it will take place also. So how the broadcasters, not only the public broadcasters, are reacting?
Actually, digital was here already, and digital will stay. We had the digital before the COVID, after COVID. Just the content consumption during the pandemic increased a lot. And it gives, more chance of production. But, after that, it's, as you say, somebody coming sick, COVID, and the production going slower. So I think demand and the consumption, the balance.
The proportions
yes,
change.
exactly, change a lot. And I agree with the new, the digitalization, and we have a lot of platform now. and it's more than expected. And they are
So a new part, a new audience discovered those
Yes.
platforms for them
Yes,
because
well,
of the
yeah.
pandemic, yeah?
Yeah, we have our own platform. We develop our own platform, but same time we, try other platform, and we see, all of them has a portion from the industry.
But at the same time, what happened was also that those platforms are everybody on their own. I don't know, HBO has a platform, Netflix has a platform, we have a platform, Polish TV has a platform, everybody has their own platforms. But at the one point comes to the viewer moment where he or she has to decide that which platforms do I go with then?
Yeah.
Because
That's the question,
if the bill increases like tremendously, then at one point you will start to make choices.
So how to tell to the audience in Estonia, in Poland, in other countries of the region to choose those national platforms? Yes, it means another question. The question is how the public broadcasters can compete with such a big platforms as Netflix or Amazon. What can we do?
We did it very simply. We are free.
And also, still the public broadcasters, despite what kind of infrastructure do you use actually to consume this content, you watch free to air or you stream this channel, they still will be the most reliable source of information, not only for pandemic but in general. Also, a lot of live events which are covered by the public TV, they also, but mainly again, as I said before, the local content is the key, and the big competition is basically between the broadcasters, between the channels, between the who can offer better local production. And there is a very interesting trend, because we were having this beautiful conversation outside, that actually our audience are not that different. I mean, we do understand each other.
Our audience in the region,
In the
yes?
region, I'm talking in general, Central and Eastern Europe. It's something that is working out quite well here in Poland. Could work maybe not as a finished program, but why not as a format? The format business actually right now is booming in a country as Bulgaria, for example, because good content created and developed locally is a good content, and the idea, the storytelling, this is the thing that counts most, and this is the thing that actually attracts more and more viewers, even from different territories.
And even younger viewers, because I have the impression that the young viewers are choosing mainly this international big streaming platforms, not this local content, or maybe I'm wrong.
With the young viewers, it's tricky, because we always think that we know what young people want. We don't. Young people tell us what they want, and we have to follow very closely what is their voice saying us. And in case 40 plus, 45 plus people are starting to say that we are going to make a very nice youth platform, then you can be 100% sure you will not succeed. Young people want to play with each other in a very different way, and then watch things in a very different way. So in order to succeed there, you have to first understand their language, understand their needs, and if you are very lucky, then you can create something that they will look as well.
Hey, Krud, how do you see that?
I can give an example from the event industry, same as well, because we have the player from the podcasting industry, but sometimes, and we know the young generation, they can be future player of the industry, and we support them. We invite them to our event, we guide them, and we are showing them how is the the TV content and high value content creation, how is working behind of the doors. And myself, I'm doing with the universities, I'm joining their panel or their, some generally young, like let's say influencer, they have their own small channel. So we like to support them as well, but same time we are learning from them as well, how to develop something.
But I guess it's right that you have to keep them engaged somehow.
We are doing, yes. All I can say that the all territories that I'm responsible. I'm visiting the schools, and after here, when I will visit another school, university, they are quite excited and they would like to learn more. But they are giving their ideas to us, which is really intense.
There is a lot also of extra content that they can get of some of their favorite shows. I'm not talking here about public TV channels only, but about television in general. We all know about all these nice and shiny formats which basically performs pretty well everywhere, not on the territories of Central and Eastern Europe, but pretty much everywhere.
Yes.
But
The
everyone
globalization.
likes behind the scene. Everyone likes to get some extra. Everyone likes to go on their social media and see them in a little bit of different light than they usually present themselves on air. Yes.
I had one thought in addition to yours, Stanislav, is that we have, as a public broadcasters, we have Eurovision Song Contest, and we really see how young people like that. So this is one possibility.
Last year
where
has
we
changed a
can
lot, that's
speak.
true. Mhm.
Right. Måneskin, yeah?
Yeah.
We all know the song Begging by heart almost, yeah? So those are the places where we can meet with them, when we can have a dialogue with them, if you like. And then from there, maybe there is a possibility to build something extra.
To engage them is better via the national streaming services, which should be created more oftenly in the region, or this traditional linear television?
Doesn't really matter as long as you catch them. It could be linear, it could be non-linear, it could be internet only, it could be
You
YouTube.
cannot tell the difference anymore. What is actually content on a TV channel, or what is like a video that coming on streaming. I mean, both.
Because more
both
oftenly they're choosing these streaming platforms, I think, no?
Maybe it's like a little bit like the phenomenon Squid Game has right now, the Southern Korean series, yeah? So it doesn't really matter where you get it, from Netflix, from, I don't know, torrent, which is, of course, we don't support that, but you want to see it, and then you will see it, and you don't care where you take it.
You can do a lot. It's just the globalization, yeah?
I'm watching it from Netflix, just in case.
Also, this is just like
Recorded.
a personal observation, not as a part of a business opinion. A lot of public TV, I'm not talking only in particular for Bulgarian public TV, they have this beautiful, rich library of local production, like movies, like series, which there is almost no way to get to the younger audience if is not put it on a digital platform of this particular broadcaster. Nobody, and these are classics. These are, I mean, because they are old doesn't necessarily means that they are outdated. There are a lot of things. There is a lot of humor. There is a lot of great stories actually into this content, and this is a very good way to introduce younger audience to your classics.
But here is a solution also. I think we did it, and we do it right now all the time. We take some older archive series. We put the new trailer, we put the new poster, and we basically repackage it for younger audiences. And if even some people like to watch it, then it's very good.
It works.
It works.
It works.
And let's not forget that also this kind of old-fashioned classic content, vintage. Okay, the very nothing
That's
is
good.
old.
Sounds well.
Nothing is old-fashioned. It's vintage. So this vintage content also it bears a lot of actually values, which are kind of, I wouldn't say ignored, but in a lot of cases they are just not presented hard enough. I mean, you basically can educate through what Tom says, through nice archives.
So if I understand well, do you believe that the broadcasters, the public broadcasters from the region, they have tools, they have softwares, and they have also archives, yes, this vintage content to compete on the market, to compete with the stronger...
Look what you have guys here. Look at this studio, I think.
You like it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to basically hire a very good designer who will do the posters for you, and maybe new shifts and new fonts, and with that a lot can be done already, because you make the first selection with eyes. So this is very important. The first impression.
Hikran?
You know, it's a kind of taking, social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, and public broadcaster taking this responsibility really serious. So, watching what the client doing for this, and it's really dynamic, because the young generation, they keep changing, and you need to really keep following up, producing for them.
That is true. I mean, even we were a young generation at one point with Stanislav.
Me and you, Tom, as the representatives
You
of
are still
the
in
younger
the young
generation.
generation.
Oh, yeah, of course.
With
Yeah.
this kid here.
Thank you.
Thank you. We all gathered here in Warsaw during this first edition of the festival to know each other better as the representatives of the public broadcasters, to see in those different categories the TV productions. When you observe all of those TV shows, films, series, documentaries, what can you say? What is in common? Do we have really a lot in common as the region?
We do. We have a lot in common, and we have a lot more in common than we think we do. And this is really amazing. I mean, having watched all those series and all the films that are on the list here, I have to say that almost all of them are somehow done in a manner that we share the same culture, we share the same education, we share even the same burden, if you like,
Same
maybe
values,
a little bit
yeah.
different. But I somehow understand what the good people in Czech or Poland or Bulgaria want to say to me, and I get the meta text from this as well, and it's amazing, I think.
And from the business point of view, the content that's being presented here, produced for the local public broadcasters, I mean, it has all the features. It has all of the good things that piece of production should have for any network. Could be a commercial net, could be a streaming service, could be anything. I mean, it's great. I mentioned it before. It's great how actually these public TV channels adapted to the new way of doing distribution and acquisition business. And I always give actually as an example your channel, TVP, because I basically meet your salespeople on every market in the world that we go, and starting with the branding and continuing with the way of every single piece of production is pitched to a potential buyer, and also how the whole deal goes on, the whole development process, the whole business is the whole business is developed, is amazing, and it's something that happened basically for less than 15 years. This is how long I have been observing this.
Hikran, you are responsible for the cooperation with the Central and Eastern Europe.
Yes.
How do you observe from the distance, we have
Yes.
to say, yeah?
Yes.
Our region, are we really, as different countries, different broadcasters, have a lot in common,
Yeah.
as it was said?
I can say that when I'm looking, the all logos, etc., I'm calling them client, but at the same time they are my colleagues, because I learn from them, because I need to learn from them to give them better. We are business partners. And when I look like that, they are all great. And with this organization, it's mean like that we can be greater, and greatest later. And this region what is special for me when I joined the TV industry. I was learning, who is the player. I know, the first ever, the trip and first ever client is TVP.
Nice to hear.
And yes, and thanks, I learned a lot. And after that, we think how we can help, how we can cooperate together, because we are here to support. And what I see, the starting point, and today there is a huge development on it. And it's really good, to organize something like that because the region, all each other, who is doing what, etc. But now you
A
create
lot less than you think we do.
maybe. But you created a kind of Voltron together because now you are together, which is really good. And after that, I think you will look to other what they are doing. Because it will come to our event after that,
But of
the
course.
ideas.
I'm
And
sure it will.
if you allow me also to add something to what Hikram said, this is again just a personal observation from we go to basically every single TV market in the world. There was this wrong impression that you get from basically distributors we are working with who are not like the big studios, that it's very hard to get to acquisition people from public TV channels, which is simply not true. And you guys proved it with this festival, actually bringing so many public channels here, convince them to promote the best that they can offer, and also I'm pretty sure that a lot of them have never met each other. So increasing the communication, making the communication better between them from one side, making the communication better from between us and them, us as a press and Hikran as a market. This is all that this festival is about. And I'm pretty sure that you didn't think it that way, but as a result, this is what happened. It's still a people's business, and it's still that we are here together.
Yes.
I have two moments I want to add. First, I think everybody participating in this festival should do a lot more business together. We should buy from each other, we should screen each other's stuff, and we should show it. Exactly. And the second point, after that is done, we should do a lot more co-productions. And I think this is the future of that market, that if we, in the heart of Europe, learn to, first of all, do business together, and secondly, co-produce together, then I presume that the results can be remarkable.
It's good that you mentioned the co-production, because this is one of the results, I hope, will be of this meeting here in Warsaw next year or in 2 years. So doing TV productions together as broadcasters from the region is also a way to compete and to be more popular, not only in the region but in Europe, because we want to understand, yes, our history, everything what we have in common in the whole European Union, for example.
I would like to just add, I will be like an end user, your effort. And after that, I will take all this, the success to promote in the global industry.
Please do it.
It will be my mission to do that.
But this is a good idea to make cooperation, to be, if we are together, we are stronger. Also from your point of view as a partner?
Whenever you are bigger or alone, you are always stronger. But depends, how you integrate yourself to the global industry, because you have to be visible, you need to watch others, you need to bring your content. It's not only you need to show up yourself. So this one is really important. But it's like all brand from here, from Central Eastern Europe, is, huge success. And after that, these one have to be in global market with us.
You spoke about the screenings of the TV shows, TV productions, the films. You already decided which of the titles you will show in the Estonian television?
Pretty much, yes. At least I know where to start. And what was amazing also was how both juries, film jury and series jury, found the winners. And it wasn't so that there were films that didn't make it to the top 10. Almost all the winners were on very top places in all jury members' schedules. So I think that also shows that we know what is good. We understand what is good in each other's work.
That's very important. So this is the first edition of the festival. In 2, 3, 4, 5 years, how do you see the future of such an initiative? What can it be for the all broadcaster of the Central and Eastern Europe, and not only for Europe?
Well, right now it's just a festival where we meet each other, we screen each other's content, we establish business relations.
It's the first edition, yeah.
And but also, I mean, the way I see it, it's also you could guys develop the market part of it. I mean, there actually could be like co-production or acquisition deals to happen at site, here. I mean, you could also work into this direction, because there are examples of similar markets which started as local festivals but developed during the years, and right now actually they are one of the key markets for a particular region of Europe. I just don't want to mention names in order not to advertise anyone else but TVP. Well, that's why
Sure.
we're here. But yeah,
Yep.
they are markets.
Hikran, how do you see the future of this kind of initiative as a partner?
I mean, of course, we support that kind of events when they are local, and also getting information from the inside. But of course, our event is really larger, more global. But it's like, buy and sell, like more intense. But the festival giving really right information, high value information about the industry, which is really important. But I agree with you, in the meantime, it will come it can be first edition, local edition, and after that, I know you mean who. I won't add the name. They start like that, and now they became even internationally good.
We get them CTV subscription, and then we bring them all to MIP. This is the plan.
Yes.
This is the evil plan between me and Hikran.
No, we support and agree, really. And I hope, we will change some know-how in the future. Of course, we will listen more our, industry players. They are the real feedbacks.
Tom?
I think this is the proof of concept here, what we are facing and what we are seeing. And the proof of concept in a sense that we have now understood that we want to actually do things together.
Yeah.
And from here, we have to go to the business side. From the business side, we have to go to the co-production side. And then really, I think sky is the limit.
We have started our discussion with the changes going on in the audiovisual sector. So I would like to finish, to summarize, and ask you the biggest sector's challenges ahead. What changes we will witness in the long run in the sector? How do you see that?
I can reply for event side.
Yeah.
Broadcasting and content side can be you. For the event side, as you know, travel ban, it's becoming now, or long distance travel, it's a complicated for the events. We believe that in the future, the industry will choose less, but more intense shows. So they will, because we have a lot of, event now, and the competition will be, between the events will be more. But after
Stronger,
that,
yeah.
It's stronger. But participants will choose, because before, they were joining the all event. But after pandemic, a few years, and as it's difficult to travel, or with the vaccination all process, I think they will choose fewer event.
How do you see?
It's my turn.
It's just from
It's
the
your
event
turn. No,
side.
it doesn't matter. It can be your turn. It's your choice.
I was just of course I agree with everything that Hikran said. You could have started it differently, in a lot more selfish way. What I would say, because honestly speaking, it's a lot of investment. There is a lot of investment to organize such an event, and usually when companies are organizing something like that, they usually want to promote only themselves. Yes, you guys have a beautiful branding, but no, you also take care of everyone else in the region, because as Tom said, we are all at the same boat. And you made it, I mean, it's about TVP, but not only about TVP. It's about the high quality content that comes from the public broadcasters from Central and Eastern Europe.
And how do you see the future of public broadcasters in the region in the long run? What are the biggest challenges we will face in several years?
Well, there were some rumors that basically not only the podcasters but the linear TV is dying because the streaming services are stealing.
But
so
who will
many viewers.
survive?
No, these are very exaggerated statements. Public TV is here and it's here to stay, and it's a pillar of the most reliable information. It's a pillar of basically the media who should be in charge of controlling the governance as well, and it should be the media that present the most the best news services, and everything else. I mean, I don't want to go into like different type of content, political, but the public TV is here to inform and educate, and I don't see it dying for 100 years, at least.
Tom, in your opinion, the biggest sector's challenges ahead?
I think the biggest challenge is to, first of all, to guarantee all the public broadcasters in Central and Eastern Europe reasonable funding. If we manage to do that, and if we manage to tell each other stories, show each other's drama series, films, then I think that we will be much stronger together than before. And we see that actually public broadcasting is doing pretty well right now. So I hope that will continue.
We hope all, I think, today that it will continue, and next year we will meet even already stronger. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Agata.
Thank you
It was
for
a
your
pleasure.
time. Thank you, Hikran. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Stanislav.